Very, very good answers. Fiqh, literally, and this is the first note that you should take if you want to take a note. Fiqh literally means understanding. So when the Prophet ﷺ said in the authentic hadith, "Man yuridallahu bihi khayrun yufaqqihhu fid din." Whoever Allah Ta'ala desires good for, He gives him or her an understanding of the deen. But fahm also means understanding. But fiqh is different than fahm. Fahm literally means husn al-tasawwur. To think, to say that you, like in the language of the Arabs is very, very detailed, and it's very, very deep. In fact, one of my teachers, when I was at Azhar, told me something that absolutely blew my mind about Arabic. He said, in truth, Arabic really has no synonyms. Now just go ahead and think about that for a minute. He said, in truth, Arabic really has no synonyms. Every word that kind of means the same thing contains a different shade of meaning. So just like fahm and fiqh, understanding and understanding, they're related, but fiqh is different than fahm. Fahm means husn al-tasawwur. Fahm is to conceive of something the way that it really is, means that you understand it. So if someone asks you, do you understand? And they say, هل فهمت? هل تفهم? It means, do you understand? Are you picturing this mentally the way that this really is? That's fahm. Fiqh is different than that. Because see, you can say in the Arabic language, فهمت أن السماء فوق الأرض. I understand that the sky is above the ground. But you would not say, فقهت أن السماء فوق الأرض. You would not say, I understand, and use the word fiqh, because fiqh means an understanding of how things are related to each other. It's not merely an understanding of, okay, the way that something in and of itself is. Fiqh means an understanding of how things are related to each other. And this is why Imam Al-Ghazali would maintain that you only use the word fiqh to denote an understanding of things that are difficult to comprehend. You don't use fiqh to understand. You don't say, like I said, I faqihtu anna as-samaa'a fawqa al-ard. I understand that the sky is above the ground. So when we talk fiqh, we're talking about deep, detailed understanding of something that requires deep and detailed understanding. And what we're talking about is the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nowadays, everybody knows the word sharia, because they're usually saying we don't want sharia. I was shocked when I heard about them instituting legislation in Oklahoma outlawing the use of sharia. And I'm thinking, what do they know about sharia? Sharia law. What do they know about sharia? Sharia is literally a watering place. Sharia is the place where one goes to get water. It literally means a watering place. And we have to understand that Sharia is exactly what the Prophet ﷺ received from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fiqh is an attempt to understand that. Does everyone understand the difference? Does everyone understand the distinction? Sharia is what the Prophet received from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the Quran, Allah talks about the different religious communities and that He gave each of them a minhaj and a shara, a way and a law. Sharia comes from Allah. Sharia by its very nature is perfect. There's no mistakes in it, because Sharia doesn't involve the same kind of human agency that is involved in fiqh. See, fiqh can be wrong, it can be right. This is why the Prophet ﷺ said concerning the mujtahid, if he's correct, he gets a reward. He gets 2 rewards. If he's incorrect, but he exerted himself and performed due diligence, he gets 1 reward. Because fiqh can be wrong. Because fiqh inevitably involves a human being. Someone has to go into what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, and then begin to extract from that actual rules that we can act upon in our lived experience as Muslims. That's what fiqh is.